forecast for February 9th through the 11th. That is today through Sunday. Things are looking warm. Not as sunny, unfortunately, but warm. What's going on across the country? We're going to touch a little bit on the potential for a storm next Tuesday, which looks like probably is going to miss us, but maybe not. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. It's a little too early to tell exactly what the track's going to be. Right now, models are indicating we're a brush with just a little bit of snow, but certainly it's going to be close enough to us that we're going to need to keep an eye on it. Before that, you can notice, a couple things. First of all, we've got kind of a warm front pushing through today. We've got a lot of moisture streaming from the Pacific. Again, this very active subtropical jet stream. Got a leftover low pressure system. This is one of those systems that came onshore here. This is going to continue to kind of hang out over the four corners and eventually, as it gets reinforced by another shot, become our potential storm with all this southern jet stream energy for next week. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But for now, what's going to happen is we're going to move this front through today. And then we're going to get a little bit of a bubble here that's just that'll race up in our direction on this strong southwest flow. That'll actually give us a few showers tomorrow. But we're going to be warm both days. We've gotten into the southwest flow, especially at the surface, and that has really boosted temperatures here across the northeastern United States. If we take a look at radar, this looks much more impressive than it is. Most of this, almost all of this, is not hitting the ground. Tomorrow we will have a few showers as the front really moves through. That will come through. I wouldn't be too excited about our potential for anything beyond just some sprinkles, essentially. Some areas may not even see any precipitation potentially with it. Every model run has been a little bit less significant with how much rain we get out of this. So right now it seems like it's going to be pretty minimal. But we are kind of damp this morning. You could see a sprinkle or two this morning, but it's going to be widely scattered. Nothing too exciting. We could get, as we head through the day, towards the afternoon especially, still could get a few peaks of sun. I don't think we're fully cloudy today. And tomorrow, we actually could get a peak or two of sun early tomorrow as well. I didn't think that was going to be possible earlier, but I think now it is going to be possible. We're not getting quite as much into the southwest flow as I thought a couple of days ago, so temperatures are going to hold just in the 50s tomorrow. We're not going to try to make a run at 60, but still nice and warm and kind of cloudy and kind of weird for mid-February, but early to mid-February. But still, it is what it is. Let's take a look at some of the details at the higher elevations. Kind of give us an idea. Why are we warming up? Well, all this flow at the mid-levels of the atmosphere is coming from the southeastern United States. You can see here's all of our flow is from the southwest to the northeast. We have a big ridge. That's what this area here in the redder colors is and the warm colors are. Is a big ridge over the northeastern United States with a trough in the west. The overall pattern here, though, has started to break down a little bit in terms of we had all that onshore moisture that was coming onshore across the California and things like that. That has started to break down, and with this flow, eventually we are going to try to get this trough to swing a piece across and kind of undercut the ridge aloft here and give us a chance at a storm next week. Like I said, Tuesday would be the time frame on that. It looks like snow whenever falls at this point because as the front moves through Friday, Saturday, overnight into Sunday, we will cool off. We're not going to get dramatically cold, but we will cool off as that front, which we were looking at a little bit earlier. Here, let me go back to that slide. This front here will move through on Saturday overnight, and it will bring with it some cooler temperatures as we head kind of back towards more normal temperatures for this time of year. If we take a look at temperatures, we can see there's not a lot of real cold. There is some cold in far northern Canada, but nothing real cold to our west. So when we do tap some of that, you know, a little piece that storm across the upper Midwest is trying to tap from northern Canada, that's going to sort of head in our direction, but it's going to be much modified. We're not going to see even these single numbers or anything like that that's up in central Canada right now, but we will get below freezing and kind of back into some more normal temperatures as we head through. The last of the cold on these kind of clear cold nights is getting pushed out of here today. So even though we started off cool, although not nearly as cold as we've been the last few mornings, much like we have the last few days, we're going to rapidly rise today. Temperatures will make a run at 50 today as well. Probably not quite as warm today as it will be tomorrow, but quite warm. Let's take a look. Before we get to highlights, let's take a look at that forecast. Today is mild, temperatures in the mid 40s, mostly cloudy. Could see a little bit of sun later in the day. Not going to see a lot of sun. It's going to be mostly cloudy today. Mostly cloudy overnight. We don't fall back nearly as much with those clouds tonight as we have. We're in the low or in the mid 30s, well above average. That's above the high average for this time of year. Saturday, sprinkles. Could see a peak or two of sun. I didn't put that in there, but we could see a peak or two of sun. Temperatures around 50 on average. Some valley locations might make a push towards 55, especially if they get a little bit more sun than I'm thinking. Sprinkles. It'll be warm tomorrow. It's going to feel like April instead of February. We cool back just into the mid 30s overnight, Saturday night into Sunday. Sunday, we're still basically temperatures are falling throughout the day, not rapidly though. It's kind of a slow cool down on the back side of the front. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Should be pretty good skiing on Sunday. It'll be a little slushy still because, or not slushy, kind of soft. Most areas will not have frozen back up overnight, so it'll mean that we don't get real icy. So skiing should be okay on Sunday. Skiing's not bad actually on Saturday, except you're going to dodge the sprinkles here and there, but it's nice. It'll feel like spring. It won't feel like February skiing, but the skiing should be okay. So it's not actually that bad of a weekend. These sprinkles are not enough to really worry about too much in that regard. I think it's worth getting out there if you can this weekend. We clear back out on Sunday night as we head into Monday, and then all eyes will turn towards our storm on Tuesday, which I think right now is probably going to be pretty minimal as it goes to our south, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, weekend highlights, a big warm-up for Tuesday for today into tomorrow. Light rain as the front moves through on Saturday. Many areas will see 50 on Saturday, the warmest day really we've had probably since December. Sunday temperatures cool with a few peaks of sun, and all eyes turn towards a potential storm next Tuesday, which might bring snow or might miss us south. And like I said, I think at this point I'm looking at some brush, some kind of fringe effects of it, some light snow. But there's definitely time for that to shift a little bit north. And if it does, there is a pretty good, somebody here is probably more likely southern New England than us, but somebody's going to get a pretty good dumping of snow out of this. And so we're within the realm of possibility on that, even if we're not in the most favored spot at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'll definitely have lots of details on Monday for you about that. If it starts to look like it's going to be real likely, I might even have a forecast on Sunday, although I wouldn't anticipate that at the moment, because right now it looks like it's probably not enough to cause me to want to do an extra forecast on Sunday. But Monday definitely looks possible, so I will have a forecast for you on that one way or the other about your work week forecast for next week. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel before, I do encourage you to do so. Helps make sure you don't miss any of my videos. And I do want to give you a quick shout out to my patrons. They help support what I do here at the Western Weather Guy. Thank you for all of them. And I will be back on Monday for Ed Gilbert.